One of the challenges in teaching the Song of Solomon is that it's all poetic language. So helping people learn about the characters within the poetry can be a real challenge. It's a beautiful work of poetry, but because it's poetic, sometimes the practical side of that can be missed.
Eyes like the dawn, you are beauty. The touch of your skin consumes me. You shine like the sun, you're empathy.
Because the song is taken from the Song of Solomon, which has a lot of poetic language, one of the things we wanted to be intentional with is the use of metaphor. For example, a lot of scenes take place in a vineyard. Well, the vineyard is a metaphor for love because it's a place where love grows, requires nourishment, where in fact the Song of Solomon talks about foxes being in the vineyards that have to be caught. In other words, you're going to have problems in your relationships that you're going to deal with. And so a lot of the beautiful vineyard scenes are not just there to be beautiful vineyard scenes, but actually it's a metaphor for how relationships tend to work and how love should be growing in a relationship.
Vines, they need time and space to grow. You've got to be gentle and patient. Okay.
One of the metaphors we use in the song is a chapel that Jed, the Solomon character, builds for Rose, his true love. And the plan is to get that chapel built before they get married, and that's where they're going to have the wedding. But even in the wedding, the chapel isn't quite finished yet. There's still a lot of work to be done. And we kind of see this chapel that he's building go through the movie, and it reflects the state of their relationship. When they first get married, there's a lot of work left to be done on the chapel. It's not finished yet, and that's true for marriage. They have some problems in marriage. Things start to fall apart, and we see that reflected in the chapel. Then they come back, and you see the redeeming part of it, where pieces get put back together, and it becomes a beautiful thing. And so it's not just hearing about their relationship or listening to dialogue, but it's reflected in the chapel that Jed builds for Rose.
It'll look nice when it's done.
Yeah.
The challenge for us in making the song was, okay, how did we translate that poetic literature to today? And the way we do that is through music. And I couldn't be more thrilled with how that music turned out. The music helps tell the story, yes, but it also reflects the genre from the Song of Solomon. And in doing so, it helps us understand love as God meant it to be. Music captures love in a way that words cannot, because it moves past just the head and dialogue, and it gets to the heart. And so we wanted to be intentional from the beginning to make sure the song reflected the poetic nature of the Song of Solomon, and music was the best avenue to do that. What I love about the fact that it's poetic literature is it captures the beauty that I think God had in mind for love when He created it between a man and a woman. And so it's a challenge, but it's also one of my favorite things about the book. As you read about love, it's not lost on definitions and facts and here's a self-help approach. It still maintains kind of this beautiful thing that God created when He created man and woman.